Anime has become a massive industry not only in Japan but worldwide. Some of the most popular anime franchises have brought in a ton of cash. Anime has been an exponentially increasing market since its inception, and with the help of streaming and network distribution, it has become a worldwide phenomenon outside of Japan as well. A billion-dollar industry that doesn't show any signs of stopping. Anime is probably Japan's largest and most. With the seemingly endless supply of shows and stories, even the most dedicated anime fans struggle to keep up with everything that's released. Some shows are best left forgotten, and then some have cemented their legacy in the history of the genre as some of the best. There are lots of different ways to, and in this video I'm gonna talk about top 10 highest grossing anime of all time. Number 10. Naruto. Naruto originated as a manga series, but its popularity exploded worldwide thanks to the long-running animated show. Written and illustrated by Masashi Kishimoto, it's the story of a young ninja, Naruto Uzumaki, pursuing his dream of becoming the next Hokage of his village. Even though the anime is what helped propel Naruto into the mainstream, the manga series is still the highest source of revenue for the franchise. Naruto has impressively amassed over $10 billion since its creation. Number 9. Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is a 90s anime made for all demographics. Its true infamy lies in the fact that it attracted a young female audience to a genre that was completely male-dominated at the time. Sailor Moon is about Usagi Tsukino's battle to protect Earth as the magical superheroine, Sailor Moon. While it's not the best-written story of all time, Sailor Moon had the perfect recipe of action, emotion, and laughs to hold the interest of youths at the time. Sailor Moon has raked in over $14 billion over the years. Number 8. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Dubbed as one of the greatest mecha anime of all time, Neon Genesis Evangelion had the ingenious idea of showing off the darker and grittier side of mecha fighting, rather than just the action. Following teenagers who have to fight hostile entities called angels using their Evangelion units, the show. Surprisingly, the majority of the revenue from Evangelion comes from pachinko sales. Pachinko is a Japanese gambling arcade game akin to slot machines. As a low-stakes, low-strategy game, Neon Genesis Evangelion has made over $16 billion since its inception. Number 7. Yu-Gi-Oh! A franchise about a card game was always going to have an advantage over its other anime competitors, and this is exactly where Yu-Gi-Oh! Shines. The series is about Yugi Muto, who solves one of the ancient Millennium puzzles, but the storyline itself takes a massive backseat. The anime is far more since a reality where the fate of the world depends on a few people using a deck of cards isn't enthralling. It's no surprise that the vast majority of Yu-Gi-Oh's revenue comes from the card game. It's still a vastly popular game today that's amassed over $20 billion in sales. Number 6. One Piece. One of the longest-running series of all time that recently surpassed 1,000 episodes. One Piece has a huge, dedicated fanbase, and a story that never seems to end. The anime follows Monkey D. Luffy and his pirate crew on Luffy's quest to find the One Piece treasure and become the king of the pirates. The manga first came out in 1997, and it was recently announced that the franchise is close to reaching its final arc after nearly 25 years. The manga series and merchandise sales are the highest sources of revenue, clocking in at over $20 billion. Number 5. Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star was a revolutionary franchise that began in the 80s and helped anime find its footing abroad. Set in a post-apocalyptic world, the story revolves around Kenshiro, a deadly martial artist who sets out on a mission to protect the innocent and defenseless from various villains. A shonen anime that perfectly encapsulates the genre while simultaneously showing the macho protagonist's vulnerability by displaying him crying, led Fist of the North Star to success. Most of the financial popular and well-known anime of all time, Dragon Ball began in the mid-80s, and is still going strong today. The Dragon Ball franchise is a shonen anime classic that follows Son Goku from his youth to adulthood. The franchise gets its name from the mystical Dragon Balls that can grant wishes when all 7 are collected. Watching the show, fans could envision playing as the characters in video games, and their wish was granted. Video games now make up a massive portion of Dragon Ball's revenue, and it shows no signs of stopping. Dragon Ball's total gross sales are over $27 billion. Number 2. Anpanman. Most non-Japanese anime watchers have probably never heard of this anime, but it is still an immensely popular kids anime in its home country of Japan. Anpanman is about a superhero with a face made of cake filled with red bean paste, a traditional Japanese sweet called anpan, who protects the world from a germ named baconman. Anyone with children knows that a child's obsession and dedication for something they love is endless, so it's no surprise that almost all of the revenue comes from retail sales of Anpanman products. This series has drawn in over $60 billion in revenue over the years. Number 1. Pokémon. Nobody should be surprised to see Pokémon as the highest-grossing anime franchise of all time, bringing in over $99 billion, and much more to come. The anime is so popular that it's still running. They have their own trading card game, and Nintendo is constantly bringing out new Pokémon video games. The true reason for Pokémon's massive sales isn't related to these, however. Licensed merchandising is the main cash cow for the Pokémon franchise. Pikachu is probably the most famous anime mascot in history, and almost anyone recognizes Pikachu when they see him, making his merchandise easy to sell. Licensed merchandising outperforms anime, manga, cards, and video game sales combined. Thanks for watching till the end, and please do subscribe and like to my channel, and you can comment on what topic I should bring other videos.